Look, most people, I reckon most people by now know that long throw-in, just sort your set pieces out, people. Sort your set pieces out. It has to be done. You're missing out easy goals. It's basically another highlight. Whenever you're in your game, it's another highlight that you're getting, and more often than not, it's either going to lead to a goal or it's going to lead to a chance. And like 99.9999% of the time, you're not going to get counted from it. So I don't want to say it's a broken tactic, exploited kind of thing, but put long throw-ins on. Get your long throw-ins on. I mean, you'll see it's giving me a bunch of goals and it's fitting into our system perfectly. So long throw-ins, get them on. Boyrum, welcome, and look at this beautifulness. Oh, just Fiorentina if they didn't do what they did to us in the 90th minute. And yeah, let's move along. Let's forget about Fiorentina, because we followed it up straight away with a lovely 1-0 against Entella, who they're not the greatest team. Can I watch the goal? There we can. Right, here we go. Entella, we followed it up 1-0. I'll just flick through all these recent games, show you some of the goals. There were some crackers, like that one from our left back. Who would have thought he could have pulled that one out? You see the match stats there. We were completely comfortable, and that was the goal we ended up scoring. The next one, it was a 2-1 against Bari, and Ferrarini's kind of hit some form. You know, it was something as simple as me taking him from the wing back and putting him there. It was something as simple as that, but it's worked. And then he ended up getting 2 goals for us. It was something as simple as changing Ferrarini's position, and it was a little bit hard to know because both the players that I've got on the right hand side, they're not right backs and they're not, right mids either. It's kind of a mixture of both, and it's taken me up until 8 games until the end of the season to find Ferrarini's proper position where he's thriving. And you saw there he scored 2 absolutely cracking goals. And then again, the next one, it was a 1-1 against Monza. That was, we didn't play the best in this one. Yeah, we followed that one up against 3-0 against Livorno, and you can see there the long throw-in, and that was a cracking finish from my centre-back, I'm not going to lie. And then here's another throw-in. Look, 2 goals I've got from those long throw-ins. I mean, you might say it's cheap, but it works. You know what I mean? It works. So if I was you, get your long throw-ins on, and even if it's not scoring, it's just an extra highlight that you're getting from the game. Again, the next one against Perugia. This game against Perugia, I think, had a long throw-in in it as well. Look, it's working. Colombo with a cracking finish there, and then let's see if it was. Yeah, it was. Balocco flings it in, and Rode Gregersen was there to get his big Norwegian head on it. And then our last game at the time, it was against Chievo, who were the league leaders at the time, who now they're not, I don't think. And Ferrarini again popping up with that cracking first time volley into the bottom right corner. And then this one, he just thought, yeah, I'll take it for everyone, don't worry, I got you, don't worry. 2-0 at the break, and then one more just after half time to seal it. Guess what? Yep, another long throw. That was probably one of the nicer ones I've seen, because he kind of run towards it and then kind of angled his head in some weird little fashion. But yeah, it's been cracking. I mean, look at this. We've gone from that to that in this just by playing to our strengths pretty much, and that leaves us 5th in the Serie B, which pretty much entitles us to playoffs now. So I think I mentioned this in a video a couple days ago, if I can find it. Yeah, so the top, well, 3rd to 8th go into a playoff unless there's some quarters that are hit, but they won't because the league's pretty tight. So it's looking like playoffs, and I've just come back for this last game against Pescara, who are, they're not very good. They're not very good, so we should be pretty much walking this game. It doesn't really matter what the result is in this one, because we're pretty much guaranteed playoffs unless some weirdness happened and I've not understood the league rules, but I'm pretty sure this is what happens. And then the next games should be the playoffs, and then we can see kind of from there who's gonna go up. And I hope Fiorentina go up automatically, because I just can't be arsed with them. They're just that team. They're so annoying, and then they just shouldn't be in the Serie B. Like the caliber of player that Fiorentina have got compared to any other team, and like their salary that they're spending on players and all of that stuff is ridiculous compared to everyone else. So hopefully they end up winning it or coming second, and then we can have somewhat of a fair battle in the playoffs against another team that end up there. And I still can't believe that we're in the playoffs, considering we were dead last in November or January time even, and then we've just gone on a complete tear of slapping every single team that we've played and ended up in the position that we are, which is, it's nothing short of like unbelievable stuff. And I think for the most part of the second half of the season, we've been like the form team, like at the top of the form charts, and Ferrerini nearly scored an absolutely ridiculous goal then. Go on, boys. But yeah, it was just for the sake of going to a more counter-attacking, solid defensive formation compared to what we had. I mean, I'm not knocking the narrow 4-2-3-1 that we had. It wasn't working against the teams in this division, which, it's not to say it's a rubbish formation, it just means you need to change sometimes and play towards your strengths. And here's a long throw in. Go on, boys. Oh, it's not long. Never mind. Added Tony. Ping. Oh, ping. And again, no, it just wasn't to be. I got happy then because I'm trying to show off this long throw in thing. I'm trying to sell it to everyone. Just get it sorted. If you're not doing it, you're just missing out on goals. It's not the best game ever. It's not the best game we've ever played. Look, let's get a bit angry. I'm far from pleased, or whatever I said there. I'm assuming it was something not good. See if this second half can be, if it can be better than that first one, because there's the first one. And I hate when these teams have green kits. It just blends into the turf, and I just hate it. It's like I'm playing a bunch of camouflaged army men. Played it down to Arlotti. Rolando's there though. And he's took it off him. And Fruchtel! Return of the Fruchtel. I haven't mentioned his name for so long, but he's been so good. He's been absolutely cracking this season. At the start of the season, I didn't think he was going to be. This is looking. This is. I can't believe I brought you a 0-0. But let's see. I just brought you a 0-0. Yeah, this was fun. Unless we score last minute. Come on, boys. Penalty. Something. Oh, no. Oh, there you go. That's the most action you're getting from me today. That is the absolute most action you're going to get. That goal-mouth scramble in the 93rd minute where nothing happened. Absolutely nothing. Hope you enjoyed. See you later. In a bit. Right, well. Yeah. 0-0. That was fun. Ugh. Right, okay, so I brought you that 0-0 for... Yeah, I brought you a 0-0, so I hope you enjoyed that 0-0. Let's see... Oh, well, it just told us. It told us right there. We've got Empoli. We've got Empoli in our... Where did they finish? I think they just finished below us. So Bari... The playoff semi-final... Oh, it looks like some teams have got like a bye past this first bit. Chievo got the bye. And then we'll... Right, okay. So who went up? Who went up? Let's have a look. Fiorentina and Benevento went up. Chievo just missed out. They'd have gone up if they didn't lose to us, but we pooped on their party completely. So we've got Empoli, and if you remember, we played Empoli earlier on in the season, and I believe it was the episode where the what could have been. So we've got another what could have been, and then the game later on in the season we drew 1-1 with them. So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I can't remember if I think that was after. Yeah, it was after the kind of formation change. So let's see how we deal with Empoli. Is it a? It looks like a 1-game shootout. So that's in what, 12 days, and we're at home. I'll take it. So we'll be back for the Empoli game. Yeah, we'll be back for that Empoli game in the next episode. So I hope you've enjoyed that 0-0. But I've given you a little throw-in heads up. Sort your set pieces out. That's what I'm just going to title it. Sort your self pieces. All right. I'm sorry, it's a 0-0. Yeah, it's a 0-0. Sorry. Gee, bye. In a bit.